Hello, welcome to IF, videos on science, speculation and conspiracy. In this video, we take a look at mind control.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
They Live, a movie in which a man has been given a special set of sunglasses that show him the truth, the all-controlling power of mind control and the manipulation of society by a few. Just a movie? Or is it happening in real life? In this video, we ask if we are being programmed. We will look at human programming and ask if it is something that is happening all around us. Is the idea that some people know the truth and you don't true? We are all programmed in some sort of way, from the teachings of our parents and family to the culture in which we are raised. The question here is, what kinds of external programming exist? There has been a growth in programming of human beings over the last 2,000 years. As technology has developed, so has its use. Every day we are being told what to eat, what to wear, what to buy, and how to think. The core method to this is repetition. Our fears and basic instinct to survive are being preyed upon. We are constantly bombarded by messages telling us if we purchase some product, we will become better. Telling us we are not enough. We need said product to be fully human. And we are susceptible to these manipulations. Our emotions and urge to fit into the wider group can be hacked. There are three areas in which we are vulnerable: the mind, the body, and the spirit. Let's take a look at the mind. The mind can be active with separation from the body. Think isolation tanks and even dreaming. The body can react to the environment automatically. Think of a reflex action and the majority of bodily processes that occur of which you have no control. So how do you manipulate this mind? What methods are out there? Education is the most prevalent form of mind control and maybe the most insidious. To educate naturally impressionable children to think what you want has been every despot's dream. It has been the main component to communist and fascist tyrannies throughout history. Our modern education systems have been exposed by many people. Charlotte Iserbyt claims that there is a deliberate dumbing down of America. In her books of the same title, she explains how the education system is designed to breed mindless workers. Dumbed down populations of hive-minded individuals to work in the factories, just smart enough to operate machinery, but not clever enough to question their situation. However, in an age of ever-increasing machine capability, one has to ask if this plan is worth pursuing. If globalists are set on shaping a future intended to produce servile drones lorded over by a fully educated, aware elite class, is this the most efficient use of resources? What other methods are they using? Propaganda and advertising have a huge reach through the many forms of media in use today. From the first posters used to garner support for the First and Second World Wars, to the development of radio broadcasts. Now, with the TV and internet, we are bombarded with advertisements, telling us how to think almost 24 hours a day. The only rest from this machine coming when we sleep. Edward Bernays has been credited as the father of consumerist culture. He designed a system that primarily targets people's self-image, or lack thereof, turning a want into a need. Bernays wrote in his 1928 book, Propaganda, that propaganda is the executive arm of the invisible government. This can be seen most clearly in the modern police state and the growing citizen snitch culture wrapped up in pseudo-patriotic war on terror. Consolidation of media has enabled the entire corporate structure to merge with government, which now utilizes the concept of propaganda placement. Huge multinational media providers are on the rise. Disney continues to swallow its competitors and may soon become a monopoly. A company with a history of propaganda making, becoming the master of modern media. What could go wrong? Print, movies, television, and cable news now work seamlessly to integrate an overall message that seems to be the truth because it comes from so many sources simultaneously. If you are attuned to identifying the message, you will see this imprinting everywhere, very much a world like that of They Live. So what if you check out of this narrative and ignore the media and the news? In that case, you will have to watch out for the trinity of sports, politics, and religion. Offense is often caused when looking at religion and politics, when put alongside sports as a method of mind control. However, they share a theme: divide and conquer. The method they employ is to short-circuit the natural tendency of people to cooperate for their survival. They then teach them to form teams bent on domination and winning. Sports has always been a distraction that encouraged tribal tendencies. Political discourse is kept strictly in left-right paradigms, allowing for an easily controlled opposition, while religion is the backdrop of nearly every war throughout history. So our minds are under quite an attack. But how about our bodies? Surely that is less of a concern. The body acts as an antenna for the human, transferring information from the world around it to our processing unit, the brain. The body reacts to its environment through our nervous system and interaction with the mind. The mind-body system models its own internal version of the environment, and this can be damaged and controlled. Food, water and air are essential for life and thus targeted as a means for delivery. Additives, toxins and other food poisonings are altering brain chemistry to make people docile and apathetic. Fluoride in drinking water has been shown to lower IQ. Aspartame and MSG are excitotoxins, which excite brain cells until they die. Eating healthy foods in opposition to this is often expensive and difficult, the poorest being easily the most affected as they cannot afford to eat clean food. This control of diets has created a modern world perfectly groomed for passive receptiveness and acceptance of a dictatorial elite. If the food doesn't get you, other substances will. Drugs, both legal and illegal, can control a person's behavior. Mind controllers want you to be addicted to something. One arm of the modern mind control agenda is psychiatry. They aim to define people by disorder, as opposed to their potential, often prescribing mind-altering drugs as a treatment. This practice was foreshadowed in books such as A Brave New World. This medical tyranny has taken hold. Nearly everyone has some sort of disorder today. So how about the last part of what makes us free-thinking human beings? Our soul. We are not going to debate its existence in this video, that's for another time. But let's think about it as the word used for the essence of being human. Is this too under attack? Yes, there are technologies out there today that are manipulating the human body into another form, a form that may well be easier to control. The military often leads the way in this field, with a long history as the testing ground for mind control. A military mind is perhaps the most malleable, as those who pursue life in the military generally resonate to the structure of hierarchy, control, and the need for unchallenged obedience to a mission. This thought pattern encouraged and reaffirmed during much of their training operations. In the future, military personnel questioning their indoctrination can look forward to experiencing DARPA's planned transcranial mind control helmets designed to keep them focused. And I am guessing if you are this far into the video, You are well aware of MK Ultra. That's the military under control, but how about the rest of us? Torn from science fiction horror, nanobots are on the way. Direct brain modification already has been given a name: neural engineering. A Wired article from early 2009 highlighted that direct brain manipulation via fiber optics is a bit messy, but once installed, it could make someone happy with the press of a button. Nanobots rewiring the brain molecule by molecule, self-replicating as they go. The expected date of arrival for this nightmare is the early 2020s. How about today? What is probably our biggest danger? Social engineering through mapping of our online and offline behavior, better known as predictive programming. Predictive programming is real. Alan Watt is a documentarian whom has sourced a large amount of documentation to show that this form of mind control is widely in use today. Predictive programming can take a list of books and movies you have watched, comments you have posted online, and accurately predict your future actions. Like a window through time, the future events of your life mapped out ahead of time. Very Minority Report. So, is this terrifying future of mind control, turning us all into obedient zombies, unavoidable? As powerful as it seems, it is actually defeated by the very tools it employs. Concentrate on real education. Read and find the sources of information. Do not rely on being told by lecturers, teachers, or the internet. Limit your exposure to television and advertising. Be aware of their intended manipulation. Eat healthy as much as possible. Exercise and avoid drugs. And maybe, most importantly, engage with those around you. The less people that follow these controlled paths, the better for us as a species. So let's see if my subliminal messages have worked and you have subscribed, shared and liked. If they didn't, hit that dislike button. Catch us on social media. Thanks for watching. Until next time.